Marcus Rashford. Oh, glorious! That is a special one.
Boom, bam, bam. Welcome to the United Hour. On the last program we are going to have for the year 2022. So we're going to be doing a year in review. We're going to be looking back at all of our top United moments, some of our not so good United moments, and just talking to the guys and getting from them a sense of what the United 22 year was like. But we need to start off the program with a tribute to the man Pele, who passed today in the eyes of many. Both the greatest and definitely one of the greatest to ever do it. Joining me on the inside today is the man Devin, Tonio, Mark Lewis, and CJ. So let's get that tribute going. Devin is going to be doing that for us. Take it on, Devin.
Thank you very much, Chad. It's with a very heavy heart now that we had to announce the death of an absolute icon, king, in the eyes of many, the greatest player to ever play the game. Pele passed away earlier this afternoon at 82 years young. What is there to be said about Pele that has not already been said? In the eyes of people in our generation, even our parents, and even to our grandparents, that was, for many, their idol. That was the man. A lot of moves a lot of skill moves that you see done today and all that, guess who did it first? It was the man himself, Pele. The man scored 1,281 goals in 1,363 matches for club and country over 21 years. All-time leading goal scorer for Brazil still. Only player in history to lift the World Cup 3 times. In 1952, 1958, 1962, and 1970. And of course, we have the connection with Manchester United as well, which in 1998, he actually opened up the Manchester United Museum at Old Trafford. So there's a lot of connection there as well, too. As you can see with the plaque right there as well, next to a couple of icons, a couple of United legends as well, too. He is an absolute giant of the game. He will be deeply missed. But he's gone from this world, but in the footballing world, he is immortal. Rest in peace to the absolute legend that is Pele.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
R.I.P. to the king, right?
I know we have a couple Brazilian fans who may have a even more special place. So, Mark, talk to me. What passing a Pele, what did Pele mean for you?
Well, as a youth, growing up, hearing my father and my uncle talk about him and seeing tapes of him, because I was years before my time. I never actually got to see him play live, but seeing tapes, he was my inspiration to football. Now, he was the man that made me fall in love with football. I could say my father and my uncle had the privilege of playing against him in the Oval, Queen's Park Oval, when he came down with Cosmos, I think, or can't remember the name of the team, but
Cosmos.
My uncle and father was on our Trinidad national team at that time, and where it had big riot and tear gas in the Oval for the older ones who could remember, because his boots didn't reach on time. And the crowd got impatient. So just hearing the stories and seeing tapes of the man, as I was saying before the show started, he is the reason the first reason I tried the bicycle kick. Seeing him do it, he made it look so easy. I went out in my backyard, nearly break my hand, but I tried. The man was a true legend, and he was greatly, and we miss. Condolences to his family and other Brazilian fans and supporters. He was really and truly the king of football.
I go to the youngest member of the panel, CJ. What does Pele mean to you?
Well, of course, I never see Pele play. Wasn't even a thought. I was never going to see Pele play. But from Steve who is a lover of sports documentaries, showing me clips of the Brazilian team, because my first thing with the Brazilian team was Ronaldinho. He got me into football. But my father always used to say, yeah, you know Ronaldinho and them fellas, but I'm gonna show you the original. The person who they get everything from, and he didn't lie. I remember watching them Santos games, boy, the Brazil games in 1970 final, and the road leading up to the final. To see what he did in the days, especially when football wasn't as more together as it was, because at that time you didn't leave Brazil to play football. Imagine he didn't go to the AC Milan, the Real Madrid, or the Barcelonas, but he was that level. Going on to win 3 World Cups. People are now, when you finish football, I know about you, and I'm probably going to tell my kids about him. To have that kind of attachment to the game. I mean, many say the Ronaldo, the Messi's, yes, but one could argue that Pele, if it wasn't for Pele, football would just be a sport. It wouldn't be the beautiful game. It wouldn't be the game where men from the favelas, where he came from, who didn't get a fair chance to go to these sporting clinics, to afford that privilege, would get to do. And that's why you have guys like our current Brazilians, Anthony, who from the favelas always said that the stories of Ronaldinho and especially Pele, who came out in a time when Brazil was a bit very much segregated, to make it, it gives inspiration. And I think his inspiration goes into many players and many upcoming legends in the game. So you can never take that from Pele. You could argue what you want, but without Pele, we wouldn't have what we have now. And that's something as football fans we need to do. And we need to give, and Pele is an example of giving your legends their flowers while they're here. Forget about the stats, forget about the comparisons, enjoy your legends, enjoy their art, because football is not just a sport, it's an art. And Pele was the master painter, boy. That's all I could see.
Well said, well said. I don't know you had a little poetry in here, boy. TJ, boy. Multi-talented, man. Hiding it.
The two in English literature and the one in English language are working.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
When they get them thing.
Good evening
you can't talk anyhow when you get them thing.
Good evening to Courtney and Sean in the comments.
Exactly.
You know, sending their good, you know, their RIPs to the man Pele and the wonderful lady Siobhan on the inside as well. So gentlemen, you know, RIP Pele.
Yeah.
Gone, but you will
never be forgotten.
Mean so much to so many people. But let's jump into our Manchester United review of
down to business.
So before I ask you gentlemen about, you know, United during the course of the year, let me just run through some of the major events of 2022. The year started off with Ralph Rangnick being in charge of the club. Do you remember him? I'm sure you do. And in the January transfer window, we bought the massive Korean superstar, No One. That's what we did in January. No One, you understand? He was
That is
it.
He had a transfer show. It was on fire. No One was the star.
That was
Chad. So
no one is because not nobody.
That's what we did in January. February, we had Richard Arnold taking over from the man
who shall not be named.
And everybody said we could not wait to see that happen. Then we went on. We had a mixed bag under Ralph. We had some good performances and we had a lot of subpar performances. And the truth be told, I don't know about anybody else, but to me, the players threw Ralph under the bus. And the chief negotiator behind that was the man Cristiano Ronaldo. But we're going to talk a little bit about him later in the year. That's my opinion, right? Other people may have other opinion. They will have the chance to speak. And then we rolled in. We got the good news before the end of the season that Ten Hag was going to be taking over the club, and we were all ecstatic about that because
Marshall ecstatic.
Ten Hag is a man we were looking for. And then the rumor mill started coming into the summer transfer window. And the big man in the business out there in Spain, Romario, came out and said 95% chance that De Jong was going to leave Barcelona and come to Manchester United.
Lie again. Lie.
Hey, get a man a drink, boy.
No, I don't know. A man might say, well, 95% chance, say 5%, is a... Yeah, but when a man telling 95%, you're taking that as gospel. So as far as I'm concerned, lie. Never happen.
Lie.
A Barcelona player, and we don't have any Frankie, but that is okay. We ain't too stressed about that. Because we did have an absolutely wonderful summer. We got Martinez, the butcher. We got Anthony, in some people's minds, the showboater. We got Casemiro. Who is absolutely... Let me tell you something. At one point in time, I considered Casemiro, when he was at Real Madrid, the best center-back in the world. And I think I can say at this juncture, without argument, that Casemiro is still the best CDM in the world, not center back, CDM, the best CDM in the world, and to have the best CDM, best anything at Manchester United, we taking that. Where is that, CJ?
I would argue if he got a World Cup, I feel he would be the best center defensive mid of all time, because to do what he did, if we put in his levels, because we have to argue.
The man still had time. The man still had time to win stuff at Manchester United. He had time to extend that resume. Then we had the man Eriksen on a free. Some of the best business in Manchester United. Yeah. One of the best windows we have had since Alex Ferguson left, hands down. Really good window. So that was some good news. Pre-season was good. We beat Liverpool. We were kicking butt. We were looking good. And then Martial got injured. The season start. We got smacked out of us. First 2 games, we looked horrible. And, then we played Liverpool again. And we beat them again. And started the turnaround. Right? We also beat Arsenal early on in the season. We lost to Manchester City. But, their levels, we didn't get to that level as yet. We'll be facing them soon enough in the new year. And then the CR7 circus roll around, coming in the final. It was drama after drama after drama. And then we all know how that ended. Manchester United and CR7 have parted ways. And then we headed into the World Cup break. And we are back. So we won our first 2 games. Carling Cup. The Carling Cup and the EFL Cup.
Carabao Cup.
World Cup. Carling was the former.
I do acknowledge Carabao. Anybody here ever drink Carabao? Whoever drink Carabao in here, come now.
We just call it the League Cup. The League Cup.
Yeah, I have drunk Carabao. It does rival the one with Red Bull. It does rival Red Bull. It does.
Wait, for real?
Yep.
Yeah. You could try it.
It does.
It's not a mix, people just mix Red Bull with drink. It's not a mix.
Facts.
Don't mix it
But for the record,
man trying to die out here, yes.
But for the record, CJ, Jose would be watching you with a crazy face, like, are you mad? Are you crazy? Jose, if it was a tin cup, a white cup, a plastic cup, a red cup, Jose wanted everything. He wanted everything. Carabao and all, Community Shield, it didn't matter. Come on.
I am very glad to see this comment here from Which Perception, because I was going to mention before I ended my review that Martinez made a number of English pundits
Eat their words.
correct is right.
Especially
Because
Graham
Graham at the top of that.
there were a number of people that said, you know, he's too short.
He's a
He will
buck.
never, ever be successful in the Premier League. He's not good enough. Not only is he a success in the Premier League, not
A
only has
few
he won
moments
man of the
later.
match performances, not only has he gotten Premier League awards so far, but he's a World Cup winner and a contributing World Cup. Like he was on the pitch for Argentina, they did not concede. You understand what I'm saying? When he was on the pitch, it was locked down. He was a difference maker on that Argentinian side. So all of those
Exactly.
could, you know, could just. I don't want to jump out myself. So let's read a couple more comments, and we will jump into you guys' opinions.
A man say, before you start, a man say the only short man losing right now is Tory Lanez. I'll leave it at that.
Oh,
If Pele used to talk about physical abuse while playing,
They say that you short man losing out here, man.
wow.
Pele used to suffer physical abuse while playing. The type of tackles he had to withstand was unbelievable. Plus, the pitches were horrible. These players have it easy today, and those are all facts without a doubt. CJ, let me CJ. Courtney is talking to CJ. Says CJ, you're brave for that comment. Casemiro good, but the best of all time is a stretch. Yeah, well, to each their own, to each their own, to each their own.
Yeah.
And as CJ correctly said, you're not ready to give him that title yet. You know what I mean?
Correct.
He has stuff he could achieve. So, gentlemen, let's start it off. I want to hear what was your favorite, what was your best United moment of 2022? Not this season, the entire calendar year. So you could pick something from the end of last season, this season, it doesn't matter. What was your best moment? We're going to do Devin last. So we're going to do CJ. What was your best United moment for 2022?
Oh, easy. It was a toss-up between the Arsenal game and the Liverpool game, but for me, the Liverpool game, because the build-up to the Liverpool game itself is the best one, because I remember not looking forward to that game. I tell myself we could try something, but I don't know if we were doing. But like actually watching the game, crazy. Everybody at that one point in time decided, you know what? Let me play for the badge and put it all out there. You saw everybody in the top form. You saw Malacia run. You saw Martinez finally break out and prove everybody wrong. Marcus Rashford showed that he up for it, man. Jadon Sancho. For me personally, that was one of the best goals of the year, because the way he sent fellas for beers and make Van Dijk do the match-kicking challenge, crazy. That was crazy for me. So for me, I genuinely think that is the moment of the year for me. That Liverpool game, best game of the year for me on the United. It nothing beats it.
All right, cool. And I mean, I could understand that for real. Talk to me, Antonio.
Funny enough for me, the best moment of 2022 was not even an on-pitch moment. It wasn't even a game. It was the signing of Mr. Ten Hag himself, because I think it was at that point in time, at that moment, I think that something new was coming to Manchester United. Something different was coming to Manchester United. So getting him to sign pen to paper was integral, because let's put it like this: without him, there would have been no Casemiro, no Eriksen, no Anthony, none of these players. If we're being real. So for me, that was the best part. Yeah. That was the best part of 2022 for me. It wasn't even on pitch moment. There were a lot of games I could probably point out where I felt that the club was getting back to where it was supposed to be in terms of the energy from Old Trafford, the energy from the players. You saw the difference, but for me, that was definitely it. The signing of Eric Ten Hag, that was it for me.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Talk to me, Mark.
CJ, like, you look at my paper because I write on that same thing today. That Liverpool game. Yeah, son, that was the best. It's actually that Liverpool game, a combination of the Liverpool game and the Arsenal game, but
Arsenal,
mainly the Liverpool game because we started the season horribly. Yeah, son, after a nice pre-season, we come and get battered with first two games, and people were saying, boy, Liverpool gonna nail with the cross. Thing, the build-up, action, thing. And lo and behold, on the day, we were the ones doing the nailing to the cross.
Facts.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Because
True that.
a lot of people expected us to get battered that game too.
The jokes I get from that game leading up, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to me, that was as the Chad said in the earlier part there, that was the turnaround. After them first two games, I had to say thanks to Liverpool. Yeah, for turning the season around. And then the part with the Arsenal game, I just loved it. Rubbing Arsenal fans' face in it. Yeah, predicted the right score. Won a prize down in the nice viewing party. Had a great time bantering the Arsenal fans. So those two games, yeah. Those two games were it for me. The best part of the season so far in 2022.
Talk to us, Devin. What was your best United moment?
So my best United moment was, anybody remember when we played Spurs and won 3-2?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we go in. I mean, obviously, Cristiano scores a hat trick, but we score a goal. Kane scores a penalty. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, God, here we go. Ronaldo scores again. Then the man himself, Harry Maguire, scores the own goal. And I'm like, we find some way to go ahead. And then cometh, of course, United finds a way to win at the end of the match. And to me, I'm sitting here thinking, yes, this team is finally looking like something good. Leave on a high, late winner, like wins as an old, brings back all the old memories, and on such a high. Well, for that moment, at least leading into the next match, going up on a high. And to me, that was probably my favorite moment of the year.
All right. So we have Courtney and saying that his, seeing Wan-Bissaka coming back and showing that he could play in Ten Hag's system and proving the doubters wrong. We have Martin Phillips saying, Rashford getting his mojo back is good for United. And I guess, that's
can't disagree.
That's definitely a big thing for 2022. My favorite moment was that Arsenal viewing party. And there were two reasons. One, it was Anthony's first game for the club.
First game.
One with an absolutely beauty. Opened his account with a beauty. Saying, here I am. And then unwittingly, wasn't intentional. But running across to the away fans, running across to the Arsenal fans, and pointing at the badge. And And then, as Mark said, we were at Island Bay and one Woodbrook Place, and it had a large United contingent, but there was also a large Arsenal contingent. What makes it nice for people who don't know it? I like to go to rival fans' home base when we play, because I have such confidence in my team. Arsenal used to be based at All Out, and the only time we would go to All Out for viewing parties is when Manchester played in Arsenal. And 3 out of the 4 times we beat them.
Yeah.
And when we went by Island Bar, even though it wasn't an Arsenal event, they were out in force, men with the specialized jerseys and all that thing. The Bulls print on it, because that is their home base, right? They go from All Out, and Island Bay is their home base. And to go in man home base
and beat them
on them and run up and down in front of the face and sing glory, glory at the end of the game. That is what we like. That is what we like.
It even had an
Personally,
Arsenal fan that predicted the correct score.
If it have Arsenal, man, watching the game, watching the show, you know, sorry to whine on you, but that is what
Yeah.
it is. You gotta take
Hard
that.
luck.
You
I gotta
understand?
take that,
You
boy.
gotta take that. Siobhan in the
Chad
comments
is
is saying,
sorry.
oh,
No, Chad is sorry.
Nobody
Chad
else.
sorry. I not sorry. I will be Emmy Martinez in front of
God,
the
God,
fans every
CJ,
day.
I the man
I
instigating
doing it.
thing.
I don't care.
I instigate anything all the time. How sorry you feel
Yeah.
I really is, boy.
Yeah.
Every year is do it to them, you know. Every year we just do it.
Them don't take no
sorry they
chance
didn't.
to not do it to us. You know?
I sorry they didn't get more.
The only thing I ain't do yet is go by pub house for when we play in Liverpool. But don't worry, the time will come. We will
Yeah.
wait, and we will wine in pub house too, because that's what Manchester United supporters do. We go in your house and we beat you,
And wine on you.
and we wine on you.
Man, Manchester United
Yes.
fans is a bunch
So-
of Rick Jameses, yeah?
It's always good to remember the good times, but
Yeah.
I'm sure there will be some negative times as well. So
Yeah.
talk to me in the same order. What was your worst United moment of the season so far, CJ?
Honestly, it's a tie because the Liverpool games were terrible. The last season Liverpool games were bad. That was bad. But for me, the Ronaldo interview just was the worst thing of the year. Because the reason I put it up there is that I remember that day, I went to see Wakanda Forever. I see Garnacho win the game for Fulham. I say, boy, I could enjoy my movie and go out. I enjoy my movie.
Then boom.
2 hours, 2 hours in Gemstone. I say, yeah, man, proper film. Then my partner Trevor, shout out Trevor, Trevor, he come and say, CJ boy Ronaldo, do I interview? Nah. I say, nah, boy. Nah, he do I interview. He went home. We do an interview for who getting interview. When I see my boy in Piers Morgan couch, I said, hey, this man, boy. Every day so, boy. Everything is a problem. I watch that interview as soon as I go home. I tell myself, all my time, I cannot go and watch Black Panther again. No, but I fed up again. So, yeah. Worst thing. And, again, man, it's how, what piss him off out of all this. My boy taking shots talking about he bring Rooney into it and then dog, Rooney retire how long, dog? You couldn't tell Rooney this in a call? You couldn't tell Rooney this in a call, but you couldn't talk about this to your therapist? Nah, you were cameras, you were big up, you were shine up thing. I said, boy, give me a break, yeah? And ever since, yes, I love him as a player, but as a person, I ain't really feeling Ronaldo like that, dog. Deal with your thing, boy. Deal with your thing. Worst moment ever. Take away the shine from the team. Take away everything, man. Work for him day, and you just come and do an interview. Worse yet with Piers Morgan, of all people. Nah, get out, boy.
I hear that. I hear that. Tonio, worst United moment for 2022?
Well, honestly, CJ, your worst moment could have been probably my best moment, because you know what that interview meant to me? It meant the end of Cristiano Ronaldo. That's what that interview meant to me. I was glad, and people actually got to see him for who he actually is as a person, not necessarily a footballer, but a person. And we just have to learn to separate the two. But it was good riddance even before the time that we expected, and I was happy for that. But I could understand why it was your worst moment in terms of how it made the club look and so forth. But for me, it was for the better. But my worst moment was, again, it was a period where it was coming down to the end of Ralph's reign, where we were in the abyss. There was nothing on the pitch. There was just nothing to look forward to. Even with the games, there was no interest in watching the games. There was no heart. There was nothing to see on the pitch. It's almost like Manchester United playing today. It's like, yeah, boy, you're watching the game, but it's almost like there wasn't any fire there. So it was hard to see us through that period. But as I said, given where we are now, I would consider that, for me, that was the worst period of 2022. Watching my club in that type of situation while other clubs around us thrived, And that's just how it is. But football is a cycle like that, you know?
True.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Mark,
Yeah.
It will always be a terrible time when I lost to City. You see that Man City game?
which one? You won this beginning of the season or last season?
Yeah, won the beginning of the season.
Nah, I think most of us kind of expected that though, Robert. Honest to God.
Yeah, like I looking back, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
W.
man. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, why? Yeah, why too? I was expecting it, but I wasn't home, boy. I was in 63 watching that, but I couldn't take off none of the TV. Yeah.
Oh God.
You set up yourself, Mark. That's what you did. You probably say, you set up yourself.
Yeah.
You set up yourself. You set up yourself, man.
Yeah,
But you know what, Mark? What hurt me too, man? I say you should have go to church and pray for them. And I wanted to vomit, you know. Don't vomit. Like, nah.
You see that? I say, wow, boy. Wow. And that, and as you rightfully say, coming down to the end of Rannick tender, or like watching Manchester play during that time was like watching a man try to dry icing.
Yeah, boy.
You understand?
Yeah, boy.
I reached a stage in that time there. I just used to put on the TV and I doing something else. If I hear, I say, I watch out to see who's celebrating and go back to do what I'm doing. Right. Serious.
I
Them men,
didn't watch that game, you know. I did.
them men, true. Rannick on that bus. When the bus pass a steamroller pass over Rannick. You understand?
Boy.
It was the worst. The worst.
And then Ronaldo
it was,
tried
yeah.
to, and then Ronaldo tried to offload sand on top of him after that.
Yeah. After the steamroller pass, Ronaldo say, hey, that ain't smooth enough, boy. Let me show some picture of him again and smooth them out.
Really dirty, you know. Dirty, you know.
I said, nah, boy.
But-
And then boom, as CJ say, when I hear interview, who doing an interview this man? This man ain't going home. Next thing, bam. The man make Manchester United club song like the gym is something out of the Stone Age.
Song like his first Caledonia he was playing for.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People who don't know.
Yeah.
I started a call.
Trinidad who don't know what that is. That is used to be what is it called, that league?
A Pro League.
A pro league club from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, the TT Pro League, man. The TT Pro League.
The man make the pictures sound like them pitch Pele and them used to play on back in the days.
You understand?
I say, what the hell?
I call Ronaldo Usher, you know. I tell myself all them confessions, dog. Just drop the album, now, man. Drop the album, now, dog. Shut up, this way. I'm trying to hear that. Oh, that man. All he didn't do was drop an album, you know.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to drop it since yesterday.
Another one.
No, but it's the personal attacks. It's like, what did Rooney do to you? Rooney wasn't even overly critical of the man. It's like, what is your problem, bro? What is your problem? But that is when you're accustomed having too many yes men around you. That is what tends to happen.
Correct.
And you see Mendes, you see that guy called Mendes. Listen to me, he might as well be working for NP or someone with one of these gas stations or somebody, because watch me, that man is just premium, only premium. Come on. Give your client some perspective, a little bit of perspective, and clearly the people around them, they definitely weren't doing that, or they were afraid to do that. Apparently,
according to this comment from Courtney, even though his entourage may not have been keeping him in perspective, life has put him in perspective, right?
Facts.
He's gone play in Saudi Arabia.
Facts.
Gone from the Champions League. Nothing.
Facts.
Go and play in your backwater league, according to Courtney. Devin, what was your worst United moment in 2020?
So for me, it's you go from, well, you have to go to 2021. Obviously, we lose to our arch rivals 5-0. Arch rivals out there, and you're thinking, all right, players gonna come in, they're gonna remember that. We're gonna go out here now, and we are going to show some pride in this badge and go out there and whatnot. You turn around and you basically repeat the same performance again. Now you lose 4-0, 4-0 after getting demolished 5-0 before, and then you even allow Paul Pogba to just walk off the pitch because he got hurt. And I say this in quotes because he got injured. And to me, it's just that to me, it's just you just give up. You just gave up on your team. And the club right there, you just gave up in front of your arch rivals. You have fans who really give everything right there for that point. I never felt any lower as a United fan this year than except for that moment. And the worst part about it is when you have to tell the rival fans flat out, you were flat out better. The team had nothing. You know how much it pains me to tell Liverpool fans that you were flat out the better team. It was not even fair. It was boys against men. You know how much that pains me to actually have to say it that way, because I have no argument for the team at all from that match. And you just have to sit there, and the worst thing you can do is you hear them talking. All you can say is, "Yeah, you're right. You're right. I have no excuse." That was so bad, but yeah, I'm getting upset about that win again now too. Man.
Paul Pogba was a trendsetter, you know. He leaves.
Come on, CJ. Let's try not to mention players who are no longer here now. See how long so he gonna go.
But we talking about trendsetters.
You see, we're gonna end up having fill in the comments, and we don't need that. We don't need that tonight. We don't need that. So come on, let's not mention, Paul Pio players who didn't play the World Cup. Nothing, come on.
That was it. As the team just gave up against their arch rivals like that twice in a
Yeah,
season.
boy.
And the second time was worse to me than the first one.
Yeah,
The scoreline may not have been as bad, but the performance was worse.
Performance was worse.
By far.
Definitely.
I want to talk players. Let's get back into some positive. Who are your standout players?
Wait, Chad, did you say your worst moment?
I don't want to repeat what you said. I just agreed that second game against Manchester City, that was it. That's the worst moment.
Ditto.
He's just saying about it anymore. You know what I mean? Especially when your present is in a much better place than the past.
Yes.
So that was my worst moment as well. Where was I? Yes.
The best
players, standout players.
Standout players. 2022. CJ.
Well, I had to mention it. Casemiro, dog. Proper player. Big impact. Casemiro has to be there. Also, my boy, although yes, he did not have a good 2022, but I give him credit for ending it on a good note. Overall, is Marcus Rashford. I mean, from the slump he was in to not what he's doing now, it takes a lot to get out of that slump mentally. Yeah, you wouldn't believe, most men's careers is end after that, but our man come back this season firing, shooting off. And then you have, of course, for me, one I could give all the marbles to for now coming, Lisandro Martinez. My word, it has been a defender we have been asking for. We have been clamoring for all these years. I feel like this God giving me a gift because I had to suffer watching Smalling and Jones every game day, trying to get together. I wasn't even talking about Mike Smalling.
Don't do Smalling that now, man. Don't do Smalling that now.
I agree, Mark. I agree. Oh gosh. Don't do Smalling that. Come on.
Half of the problem there was Jones.
Big up Chris. Big up Mike, yeah? But Chris, I don't know what's going on, Chris. But hey, it could be worse. I mean, I had a whole Harry Maguire in my side this season in 2022. I didn't like it. it had times I had to tell myself, I feel I'm in the wrong profession because anybody could play football in the back for Manchester United because Killer just out here every day. And when you used to get mad with Harry, Killer used to be doing them stretches and them super aerobics to do what, boy? To do what? What you want to do, boy? All last. Man, I see what I mean. You know what?
Captain TJ, wicked.
No, boy. To tell you, I love Lissandro, but you know it is. I tell myself, you know it's to see somebody stretch and you think it to yourself, them just getting lumber to do shit, boy. Nah, boy, I don't know, boy. Lissandro had to come. When I see the day I see Lissandro start winning tackles, start intercepting, I could have cried, you know. I cried like that old man when he say he win the ball every time. It's like, I feel your pops. Me too. I never see so much winning the ball, but I was starving. So then, and special mention to Martial. Although he was injured, we have to give credit to Martial. The man, he's showing up. He show up, man. So for me, that my players there, man. That is it.
Dr. Anybody you want to add to that list, Antonio?
Well, for me, I just want to kind of reiterate what CJ said a bit. But for me, definitely the players that have come in, I always wanted a bit of South American flair in the team, and because the reason why is they grow up a bit harder, they grow up a bit tougher, they play with a bit more emotion, and that is definitely what United was lacking. So I think making those purchases, and you keep hearing Ten Hag stressing, it's not just about buying big name players, but buying players who fit the profile and the standards are high at Manchester United. When I hear my coach say things like that, watch me, it makes me feel warm right here because I know we are heading in the right direction. But definitely Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, Martinez, even Malacia when he comes in, dogged, fighting for the badge, playing with intensity. Luke Shaw, I have spoken about Luke Shaw so many times, knowing that he was not, even though he was doing well, he was not playing at the level that we know that he could play. And look at him now, coming back from the World Cup and performing the way he did. You heard what Ten Hag said about him? He said he looked like if he played centre back all his life in that second half. That's a big. I mean, yes, it was Nottingham Forest, but still having the ability to do that was important. Casemiro in his centre back position against Burnley. Come on. This is a manager who knows what he's about and know what he's doing and is not afraid to make changes. But definitely, I just have to give a big up to all the players. Bruno Fernandes especially, who may not be getting as much assist as he did when he came back in, but he's actually playing the role of Manchester United captain. If men ain't seeing it, I mean, you have to be related to Stevie Wonder because he is the man. He is the man. But Casemiro, for me, I would put at the top. I put Casemiro at the top for one reason. I think if we didn't have him this season, we may have been missing a bit of something. We may have been okay, you know. But what he brings to the team is something completely different. He allows everybody else to play the way that they should be playing and give everybody the freedom to play that the way and instruct and do. And the thing is, people are seeing a different Casemiro than we see at Real Madrid because he has more responsibility at Manchester United. People didn't know that he had that passing range or could do so much more. So I mean, it was a big plus getting him in, and definitely he has to be my biggest buy and biggest purchase for the 2022 season. That's what.
Mark, before I go to you, I just want to say this on Casemiro. I thought at the time we overpaid for Casemiro. And I have no problems admitting that I was wrong. We did not overpay.
That's a big man.
Let me tell you something.
Every penny.
Too many times we buy players, especially from teams like Real Madrid.
Di Maria.
And we don't get what we pay for.
Football pipe.
Dropping men performances like
Football piper.
Like even Varane. Varane has suddenly become the most fragile player, and to me he wasn't that when he was at Real Madrid.
Yes, he was.
Casemiro.
Yes, he was.
Casemiro is money well spent. That's all I have.
Casemiro.
That
Casemiro turn our football from Prez Shogunas to Prez San Fernando. You love to see. All the presentation we got on fellas, big up on yourself. But you know the sign not good. Don't do that.
But
Courtney is saying David De Gea. He want to give David De Gea some special mention.
Yeah.
If you look at his
Like,
per game,
David just working for his money.
Have been bringing their
Well, the time,
game
yeah?
recently, and that is the truth.
Exactly.
Talk to me.
Pastor
talk to me,
Fred,
Devin.
boy.
Sorry, Mark.
Big up the pastor. Yeah, big up the pastor who touched every blade of grass in Old Trafford for having the
Facts.
most dirtiest kit every game he played.
facts.
Pastor Fred. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
boy.
that list,
The laundromat
If you got
to the
this one,
club,
CJ
fed up
thing
big
there.
red face, you know.
yeah. Casemiro. Jesus Christ, but if I had family living in England, I'd make them marry Casemiro. The boy brilliant. He just brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hello.
he just
That
brilliant.
man has wife and kid.
That is something. But I must mention this youngster, Garnacho, for his fearlessness, boy.
Yeah,
See, Garnacho,
definitely.
Garnacho is the type of
Step
player he step up. In the preseason, he gets some licks from the coach for being indisciplined. And ever since that, every time that youth man come on the park or posing wing backs, they've had a ball. Because he knows nothing else than picking it up and running at you. You understand? That youth is one for the future. But Casemiro is money well spent. Money well spent.
Of
Because
course.
I couldn't, although I big up Fred, I couldn't handle he and the Terminator much longer. See, he and the Terminator just have the games where he just had to run into people. Yeah, I could handle that. You die your walk, you run into men and mash them up. But Casemiro bring a sense of calmness into the midfield. When to slow it down, when to quicken it up. Quite a game I see, I can't remember, I think the Terminator self he pass a ball to and he hustle and he tell him now calm it. Relax yourself. You understand? So
McTominay is the Mad Max at Manchester United.
Yeah, I call him the Terminator because he has abs all up in the throat. You understand? All up in the throat he has abs. But that on the team on a whole, you have to give them props. And you must give special props to the coach for being brave to try some of the things that he doing. Because our English coach never leaving the deep freeze on the bench and giving somebody else the armband. Our English coach was never doing that. Right? So big up Ten Hag, same way too. So being brave. Because our coach had to be brave.
That's it. That's it right there.
That is it.
Devin, talk to me. Who were your standout players? And then also give me a rating for Ten Hag. Normal rating. A, B, C, D, accordingly.
All right.
For Ten Hag so far.
First off, I have to admit that I was wrong.
That's a big man.
No, it has nothing to do with being a big man. like I talk about. In an earlier show on the record, we asked how many goals Marcus Rashford would have by the end of the year. If I remember correctly, I said I think he would have 5 or 6. I think he's on 9 right now.
Rashford said bet.
9. The man's in double figures, man. Man's in double figures.
Apparently, Marcus saw what I said, and you know that, and I took that personally. Apparently, that's what happened.
Yes,
so this is one time where I have to admit that I was wrong, but at the same time, I am glad that I was wrong in a good way. So he has been impressive.
Yeah, of course.
Overcoming his adversity, everything he went through, that would have finished a lot of other players as well too. So you have to give lots of props for that. I hope he keeps up his form going into next
Of
season
course.
as well. It's been phenomenal. And then my second one has to be the Butcher. I mean, even like from the moment I first saw him play, like when I went over for the first match of the season, I still think because I was watching him and nobody really knew what to expect. And I was very impressed by what I saw from him there, seeing him winning these headers and putting himself in challenges, things like this. And I'm like, we might have a player on our hands here. So to me, those are the two players that I think have truly stood out for me. An honorable mention could be given to David De Gea for after that Brentford debacle. I really can I think he's been he stepped up big time. So that could be an honorable mention. Now going and then
the point where he man showing off, chesting ball out and thing like it.
Man,
and then now as for Ten Hag right now,
So that's a fling.
I will give Ten Hag right now probably. I think I'd have to give him a B for now.
Yeah.
However, since we're talking about coaches now, there needs to be an A+ rating given to Benny McCarthy.
For transforming
Yes.
of Marcus
Yes.
Rashford.
Not
Facts.
only Marcus Rashford, you see Anthony Martial's finishing as well too. You see Garnacho's finishing. All the forwards finishing right now has been superb. And so but I mean the one thing that really stands out to me, it was a couple of matches ago, I can't remember which one. That header that Marcus Rashford scored, he would have never done that before in seasons past. And I think after he scored it, you see Ten Hag look at McCarthy you see it's working. He wasn't celebrating anybody else, but
he could
but then he for me gets the A+ rating. And so but he needs to get spotlight as well too.
Benny McCarthy working for him.
Nicely. Mark, how you rate Ten Hag performance so far?
I'll give him a B also. Yeah, I'll give him a B also. Because it's still a work in progress. So he still have a lot to do still with the team. But so far, a strong B you'll get from me. Strong B.
All right, CJ?
B.
CJ?
Yeah, they give me B. Yeah, B.
Tony?
I will give Ten Hag a B+, and I'll tell you what the plus is for. The plus is for having the goal and the ability to know what you want to do as a coach and stand and bet on yourself. And since he's come, he's done that. He hasn't only had to deal with things on the field, but dealing with all the off-field matters, he has done so premiumly in such a beautiful manner where he made Cristiano Ronaldo look like a fool. Cristiano Ronaldo said that he disrespected him. Where? How? All he did was sing your praises, gave him the captaincy after you disrespected him. He made him look like a fool. Cristiano maybe expected a different reaction from him, but he got something different. But you see a team's character. A team's character is through its coach, and you are definitely seeing the character in Manchester United, and it's because of the coach. He has high standards. He knows what he wants. The reason why you're seeing a better Martial, a better Marcus Rashford, players who are fighting and wanting to die for the badges because of Erik Ten Hag. That is what he's instilling in the team. You understand? So that's where he's getting the plus for dealing not only with the on-field matters, but also with the off-field matters. Are we still in all competitions? Yep. Are we challenging for top four still? Apart from the first 2 games of the season, he realized, okay, things needed to change, and he did exactly that. He was proactive in that.
Running it up.
We are in a better position as we speak. So I will give him a B+ just for what it is he had to deal with off the field matters as well. Because dealing with a superstar like Cristiano Ronaldo for any coach it's not an easy task, having to manage somebody of that stature as well. So he did it in a great way. I liked how he handled Sancho's issues as well. He shows that he's not just about the football, but he's about the mental aspect of it also. You need to be clear, not just based on the talent that you have and what you could give to the team on the pitch, but he has to make sure that you're right off the pitch as well. And for that, I give him complete kudos and a B+ for that.
Yeah. All right, cool.
I give looking like you kill before he come back in.
I give Ten Hag a A-. And the reason I give him an A is from the time I saw Ten Hag pull up at Carrington with a cream suit and a white shirt. I said, yeah, this man have it. Well, there's something. You see a man sense of style. The man walk in the place like, yeah. This is it here, you know, as the boss. And even though
As
he
the boss.
walked in the
Aye.
place with that attitude, he made sure, according to all reports, and spoke to every employee, shake everybody's hand.
Every hand.
Yeah.
He came with his chest
Yeah.
out, but he still was humble. And then let's be
Yeah,
real.
boy.
We have a man that came to a club that had to deal with the Glazers, that had to deal with us rebuilding. When he first came, you know, the stuff around Manchester United wasn't good. We played in Europa. You know, the talk, the fans were upset. You know, the atmosphere around the club wasn't positive. And then the on-field issues were a lot of drama as well. So I think all things considered, Ten Hag needs both what we see on and off the pitch. I will give him a A-. And the only reason I'm giving him an A- is because I'm leaving room for the A and the A+. You know what I mean? As well as he could always dip down.
Yeah.
But that's my ranking. But it's all good. Everybody else's ranking is all good. I mean, with the ranks of everybody else, he gets a solid B+. And that is a good place to be. Gentlemen, top shutter and boo-boo of the year. Not the week. Top shutter and boo-boo of the year. Tony, you shaking your head, you go first.
Well, we know who the boo-boo is. I don't even think I need to, you know, because for me, everybody's boo-boo should be the same. Everybody's boo-boo should be the same. So I don't even think I need to mention his name. I think I've done it quite enough tonight already. But CR7 definitely has to be my boo-boo of the year, top shot of the year. I wish I could name the coach, but I would definitely name a player. I would definitely have to say Casemiro. Casemiro is the man. Casemiro is the man. Cassie is the man.
Yeah. Take that. Take that. I say take it.
Chad, I think
You might
muted.
mute it, Chad.
Paul is not Maguire that Antonio was referring to.
No.
Talk to me, CJ. Top shutter of the year, boo-boo of the year.
For me, I gotta be different. Is Cristiano Kardashian, cause that man real like reality show thing. Boy, yeah, boy. Like I tell him, man, I used to tell people on Facebook, so the next episode of Keeping Up with Cristiano, we having real back. Hey, the amount of jokes I love this man, boy. I real sorry. I cannot let that interview slide because you know why? I come out of a real good movie. I go home and enjoy myself. Nah,
You feel like you want to go back home after that.
You know, they just say,
No,
they
I
just
wanted
say
to
timeless.
ask the people here now, boy. I want to go and ask the people here now, boy. We have a 9 o'clock movie again because I really don't want to end the day off like this. If we movie talk, I watch the movie talk.
You know, they just say
Manchester United win.
And Cristiano Ronaldo's timing of that
Yeah, boy.
interview was just unbelievably bad. He just went, Garnacho put his name out there, showed off. Well, men like CJ went cinema, had a good day.
Take the man flowers and just grab the man flowers and just grab them and
Yeah, but
You're not
all the man put like God.
Yeah. So who's your top shutter, CJ?
And but top shutter, it's Uda Relad, but I will have to work Casemiro. Like for real, it has to be Casemiro because if you think about it, if he isn't, he let everybody be themselves. Like, all you realize with Casemiro from the Nottingham Forest game, you're starting to see old Bruno, first season Bruno. I tell myself, Dan, this man have when Bruno do the little skill move, love. I tell myself, dog, this man believe in himself. Cause no way he ain't gonna do that just so he believe in himself, boy. So for me,
confidence of the team, brother. The confidence of the team.
confidence in the team because he
Top confidence in the team.
Some one-time flick thing, the ball flowing thing. Before I wasn't seeing that, boy. When Dr. Doom was, before Dr. Doom,
right, man. Then finally, like as Tonio said, the South American flair you need in the team because everybody's getting aggression, everybody is getting proactive, and Casemiro shows that. Hey, and when I hear him talk to me, I say, hey, I need you to go up there. Don't even worry about what's going on in midfield. Just go down there and I'll catch you. The Fred goal, I tell myself, I didn't expect him to catch that pass though. It's how Fred get the pass. Simple things. So for me, Casemiro is top shot of the year.
Bring up the pasta one time. Bring up the pasta.
Man, he from Brazil and not Brazil Arima.
Exactly.
So yeah.
You see, my boo-boo is Dr. Doom. Yeah, Dr. Doom. I'm a top shotter. If Casemiro, then I said ticket. Put that one down in the column matter. Yeah, good to go. Stamp of approval.
Casemiro winning hearts. Devin, talk to me.
So my boo-boo man is somebody non-United related. Ronaldo was a close second, but just because of how awful this man's
close
career has been, I have Dele Alli.
Oh, come now, man. Not Delhi.
Yes,
not Delhi.
Dele Alli has to be my boo-boo here. I mean, you go from going on such high.
Delhi's struggling right now.
You're getting on loan and whatnot, and not doing it. And to me, you get booed off when you're loaned in a Turkish league, and now you're asked to come out. You don't even play on Christmas Day, and it's just like, and you see Jose Mourinho warn him like in previous things. And
boy,
none of it worked. And so it's just you see like the decline, and it's like I don't know how much lower this man can get, and it's just like it seems like everything he's touching turns to rock.
But at this point, we could see my Police FC, if we
yes.
No Police.
So, I mean, I know Ronaldo is a popular pick, but I had to pick something different, so I am going with Dele Alli.
Right now, Dele Alli.
Who's the top shotter?
My top shotter is Erik ten Hag.
Boop.
When you go from seeing where this team was at the end of last season, where players were absolutely giving up, did not want to play, and then you see the people who he's brought in, the inspiration that these players are bringing, you're dealing with everything he had to deal with, and I think he's been doing an incredible job. Obviously, there's still more room to go. It's not the finished product yet, but what he's done so far is nothing short of phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see him when he's actually back properly. Once we get our new owners and actually get to him what he wants. So great start from him so far. Can't wait to see where he goes from here.
Indeed.
Amen.
Fellas, I coming out of the box a little bit. And it hurts me to say it. I don't lie to tell you, it hurts me to say it. But I think I'm a top shotter to Messi and Arsenal. I don't like Messi, I'm telling all this straight up. I say it all over the place. Nobody could ever say that hear me say I like Messi, but man, man had a good year. He had a good year.
Respect.
Arsenal.
Gotta get. Get Jack the jacket.
Man, them on top of the season, Man, them on top of the league. Arsenal, and they're not just on top of the league, they're on top of the league playing good ball. They're playing good ball, so.
Yep.
Question, no, Chad. A quick question. How many teams have beaten Arsenal in Premier League this season?
Well, only one, Only one.
I'm just asking. Just asking. That's all you need to know. We come in.
So,
the Korean player.
When Arsenal, man, say we beating everybody. I just ball out. Not me, though. Carry
Facts.
From a United perspective, Marcus Rashford, boy. Talk about the rebirth of a player.
Yeah.
Big respect.
I watch me.
Yeah, boy.
We have seen 4 seasons from Marcus. I was talking to somebody the other day, and the man told me he thought Marcus was 28 because he's seen Marcus play for so long. This is how long Marcus played with us since he's made his
Facts.
premier,
Yep.
and he has been in the first team. And we've seen poor seasons before, but I think this one was not this one. The one last year was the worst, and it reached to the point at the end of last season when we heard PSG rumors. I actually had reached the point where I was like, if we sell Marcus, we sell Marcus. And it was hard for me that was painful for me to say because I like Marcus so much. You know, but he just got so bad. It was like, boy, if we sell him, yes, whatever.
That red girl.
So, so you see the rebirth of Marcus in the United, I'm top shot. I'm United top shot. As far as Boo Boo Man goes, I think it's unanimous,
Yeah.
If he's not people's first choice, he's the second choice. It had to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, Dr. Doom.
Cristiano Kardashian.
And behind him, I'm gonna have to give a Liverpool a special mention. You know how far the mighty have fallen. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, next year Liverpool could turn it around, and they may end up, back in the top four. They might, but it really wouldn't surprise me if they don't.
I don't think they will.
For me, it was.
But
If it wasn't,
2022 was a trending down year for Liverpool.
Yeah.
When they were there for second.
for me, it was. If it wasn't
Was that your saying?
for me, if it wasn't Liverpool for second, it was a tie between Darwin Núñez and Lukaku, boy.
You keep on poster, boy.
Goodness, say man Mason Greenwood and
a man say if they went good,
and top shutter Marcus and Eric.
a man say a few Michael get cut bad. Okay, a man say if Núñez and Lukaku had to shoot 50 cents, he would be $1, yes? Yeah, I run outside crying, you know.
Oh God.
Outside crying, boy. So, another man who's on the daily. Oh, the man say he would have $1, you know, CJ. I run outside, boy. That's the damn. Man said they couldn't make changes, and I went outside crying. I said, nah, dog, nah. Oh, they could do them like two grown men.
People,
this big man, boy.
From the United and the entire team, be safe.
Yeah.
For the rest of the season, enjoy whatever you do to bring in the new year, and just keep. Let's keep it. Let's keep it rolling in a positive way.
Yeah, man.
Red Devils, we don't die.
When we get wet, we just multiply.
We multiply.